At some point in our lives, we all have faced adversity and success due to our habits. Do you think habits play any role in your success? What if we tell you your habits are why you are still stuck in the loophole of not achieving your goals? Charles Duhigg, in his book The Power of Habit, reflects upon how individuals are prone to ruin their lives because they don't understand the power of habits. So, if you want to know what Charles Duhigg says about habits and their effects on one's success, watch this video till the end, because no one will tell you the secrets we are about to share with you right now. Your habit will define your success or failure. When individuals consistently behave over time, they develop habits. Understanding the process of habit formation can be quite perplexing. It is not a random occurrence or a result of magic. The brain identifies and processes specific actions with the expectation of a reward. No one is innately endowed with either good or bad habits. Everyone develops them as they navigate their daily lives. The encouraging news is that one can adopt any routine they desire. The less favorable news is that undesirable habits can become ingrained just as readily. Nonetheless, with sufficient determination, one can regain control of the situation. Research indicates that 40% of our daily behaviors are chronic rather than decision-based, having developed over time. Despite our belief in our ability to regulate all our behaviors, our habits significantly influence us. Fortunately, these habits are not permanent and can be altered. Although it may require time and effort, it is possible to change undesirable habits. Working for the Baghdad media sparked Duhigg's interest in studying habits. Due to its consistent daily routines, the U.S. military is a vast case study in habit formation. Observing soldiers' precision in their tasks due to their rigorous training inspired him to delve into the impact of habits on our lives. Changing your habits is a personal responsibility, a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It requires making conscious choices towards positive habits daily. Stay connected to learn more about Duhigg's exploration of habits and how you can empower yourself by transforming them. Furthermore, learn how your organization or company can leverage these insights to gain a competitive edge and how you can replace old routines with new ones that lead to success. Save energy. By building habits, the human brain is a highly intricate organ and continually seeks ways to conserve energy and effort, often resulting in the formation of habits that occur almost involuntarily. Once a behavior pattern is established, the cognitive process involved in decision-making related to that habit gradually decelerates and eventually halts. Any attempt to alter this routine initiates a new phase of learning. A team of researchers from the Cognitive Sciences Department at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology conducted studies on anesthetized rats to understand better the formation of habits and the underlying crucial processes. These investigations commenced in the 1990s, when the researchers became intrigued by a complex set of structures near the brain's core, the basal ganglia. Located near the brainstem, the basal ganglia are a primitive part of the complex brain, about the size of a golf ball. Researchers have long sought to comprehend its varied functions. Through research on rats, numerous previously undiscovered facts have been uncovered. One study demonstrated the crucial function of the basal ganglia in comprehending and retaining patterns and developing behaviors associated with these patterns. It also serves as a repository for habits formed during waking and sleeping. Before a habit becomes ingrained, it follows a three-step process known as the habit loop, which includes a cue, a routine, and a reward. These steps establish a pattern and deliver the necessary drive from the beginning to the end of habit formation. The cue serves as a signal that triggers your brain to operate on autopilot and select the habit to perform at that moment. A routine can be physical, mental, or emotional. It is how your brain identifies a pattern after several repetitions. The final step is the reward, which determines whether an action is worthy of becoming a habit. Anything in a person's environment can serve as a cue, and the routine can range from simple to complex. Ultimately, the reward typically produces a pleasant sensation in the body, prompting the brain to register this positive feeling. Did you know nail biting is the most widespread bad habit? Organizations can cash your habits. What is the way for an organization to profit from your regular routines? It's pretty straightforward. All they have to do is provide you with a signal that prompts you to seek a benefit. This approach is utilized by the largest corporations globally. The behavior becomes deeply rooted as time passes, and you return to buy their products. Consider Quaker Oats, for instance. This morning cereal claims to provide a 24-hour energy boost if consumed in the morning. Certain medications are designed to alleviate skin conditions or joint discomfort, but they must be taken consistently after and at the onset of symptoms. These serve as cues that establish a pattern. The payoff is feeling and appearing better, which is something everyone desires. Before you realize it, you're purchasing all their goods without experiencing any improvements. Consumer psychologists note that the prompting of purchases is a function of advertising. Upon exposure to an advertisement, the brain seeks a reward linked to a stimulus, termed neurological craving. In 2002, researchers at New Mexico State University conducted a study to explore the reasons behind people's consistent exercise habits despite the challenges. Their findings revealed that it ultimately boiled down to the reward that the brain seeks. Expressly, 92% of the study participants indicated that they persisted in exercising due to its positive impact on their emotions. Corporations also use predictive methods based on your behavior. They employ algorithms that track your online searches, and retail chains such as Target rake in substantial profits through these forecasts. Additionally, retail practices significantly impact your purchasing decisions. For example, a study revealed that customers made 5% of buying decisions impulsively in-store rather than pre-planned. In this scenario, even when buyers aimed to be frugal, their behaviors steered them towards making unplanned purchases. Transform your old habits. It may sound unbelievable when you find modifying an existing habit easier than establishing a new one. But it's true. Your brain already has some knowledge about the old habit since you've created a cue, routine, and reward. Rather than starting from scratch, you just need to change specific parts. Consider an individual who regularly bites their nails. They are given a card to record each time they experience the urge to bite their nails. The more they utilize the card, the more mindful they will become of the habit. They are advised to alter their behavior whenever they feel the urge to bite their nails. For example, they could put their hands in their pockets or sit on them and rub their arm to replace the physical sensation associated with nail biting. In this instance, a habit was transformed by identifying the trigger, changing the routine, and substituting the sensation. Understanding habit formation and modification requires distinguishing between keystone habits and peripheral ones. Keystone habits carry more significance than others, impacting various aspects of life and business, such as work, lifestyle, spending habits, and communication. They form the core from which other habits stem. For example, Michael Phelps' achievement as a multiple Olympic champion can be attributed to keystone habits. These habits also elucidate why college students outperform others against all expectations. One of the keystone habits is self-discipline, which encompasses punctuality, hard work, and overcoming challenges. This keystone habit yields profoundly positive outcomes, paving the way for success. Habits can change generations. Social or community customs can impact individuals' thoughts and actions. For instance, Rosa Parks, who initiated the civil rights movement years ago, is a powerful example. At that time, it was the norm for Black individuals to sit at the back of the bus while white individuals sat at the front. One crucial day, Parks refused to move to the back of the bus, a decision that sparked the beginning of the civil rights movement. This single action laid the groundwork for today's equality movements and illustrates the vital interconnectedness of actions and customs. They rely on each other. Rosa Parks didn't just disobey the rules by refusing to change seats. She also aimed to challenge discrimination and unjust societal norms and standards. Movements start from existing practices, and everyone in the community contributes to the changes, ultimately affecting everyone. Movements promote unity and communal development, urging participants to adopt new practices. Instigating a complete regime change may appear daunting, but revolutions are not sparked in isolation. Courageous individuals who cherish their freedoms and rights are unafraid to challenge harmful societal norms. Without change, a better and kinder world cannot be achieved. This fundamental truth is closely linked to our everyday behaviors. We will not want to combat injustice if we become accustomed to injustice. Therefore, we must start adjusting and refining our negative habits as individuals and as a society to embrace change and advocate for our rights. Waiting for someone else to change something you are uncomfortable with is pointless. You have the power to initiate a movement to bring about that change. Numerous things must be corrected in our communities, and relying on the government to rectify them is not an option. When you come across a harmful social practice, confront it. Educating yourself and rallying people in your community to join is essential. Together, we can transform the world and undermine the system, one positive practice at a time. Changing habits is personal. Changing a habit can be approached in numerous ways, but the challenge lies in recognizing that each person is unique. What may be effective for you may yield different results for your sibling, so it's essential to identify what methods work best for you. Different habits call for specific and tailored strategies. For example, altering your communication style requires a different approach from reorganizing how you prioritize your office tasks. Similarly, quitting smoking involves a different process than cutting carbs from your diet. Habits are ingrained in various aspects of your life, but are not permanent and can be altered. The change process may necessitate different approaches or varying time frames, as what may be effective in eliminating one habit may not apply to others. Consider all your behaviors as pieces of a giant puzzle. You can always uncover the missing elements and form a complete picture. The acquisition of a new habit is tailored to the individual, as no universal process applies to everyone. If you are prepared to alter a habit, there are 4 essential steps. First, recognize the regular behavior that shapes the habit. As previously mentioned, repetition is the second component of habit formation. You must determine what actions are necessary to establish a habit. Also, consider trying out different types of rewards. This means you can swap out a negative reward for a positive one. For example, if you want to quit smoking, you could replace cigarettes with exercise. Modify the cue that triggers the habit, the first step in forming a habit. For instance, you could set an alarm to remind you to start exercising. Lastly, take action. The longer you ponder it, the more you reinforce the harmful habit. Change begins with small steps. It takes many small efforts to create an impact. The key is staying determined. Just do it. Throughout this video, we have learned that every person develops a collection of habits throughout life. Your daily routine mirrors these habits. If you find that you are not achieving the level of productivity you desire, or if those around you frequently express dissatisfaction, you may need to adjust. Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, offers resolutions to your problems. He emphasizes evaluating the advantages and disadvantages of your current habits. So how many habits have you identified in yourself that aren't serving a greater purpose in your life? Do you have the guts to change those habits? In the comment section below, we'd love to hear about your experiences and challenges with habit change.